Our tail of the tape in this lightweight matchup to start everything off. Everything looks just about the same. A little bit longer in the reach for Rabadanov. Maybe that will be the difference.
Rabadanov and Takeda batting leadoff. And they will try to batter each other as they look to establish early momentum for their respective promotions. Team Bellator versus Team Rizin. And we are underway. Takeda, a former deep lightweight champion here in Japan. Deep alumni include Ryo Chonan, who on New Year's Eve in 2004, right here in the Saitama Super Arena, recorded the most memorable submission in MMA history, that flying scissor heel hook over Anderson Silva. And what memories will we be witness to tonight, John? It's an incredible atmosphere and just an honor to be a part of this new era of mixed martial arts where the MMA gods have heard the hue and cry of MMA fans worldwide, and we get to see the best fighting the best, regardless of their promotional banner.
I can't tell you how excited I got goosebumps right now because this is so special. You're taking a look at some of the very best from both promotions going head to head. This is an outstanding matchup. You're looking at Takeda, great wrestler, incredibly durable fighter. This guy takes shots and keeps coming back. And we know that Rabadanov, man, he is so good with his wrestling, but his stand-up has come so far. He's got a deadly right hand.
Rabadanov has won 4 straight. He is being cornered by another living legend, Khabib Nurmagomedov. And, you know, when you retire as an undefeated champion, you carry some clout in the combat sports landscape. He told Bellator MMA President Scott Coker, I want Rabadanov on the Bellator MMA team roster. And, well, here he is trying to draw proverbial first blood for Team Bellator, and immediately in the early going, John, both trying to establish their game in the stand-up.
Yeah, but you can see when watching this stand-up occur, Rabadanov right now is starting to land that right hand. That right hand has touched Takeda a couple of times, and he's starting to figure out the range.
There's a beautiful lead right uppercut followed by a sharp left hand. Nice combination by Takeda, splitting the guard of Rabadanov here in the first frame, scheduled for 3, sold out Saitama Super Arena. Overhand right for Rabadanov lands. And while Rabadanov and anyone with the last 2 letters in their surname of OV are usually pretty good at wrestling, he is definitely evolving as a striker, John, with 6 knockouts, 5 submissions from his 18th
right hand.
And he just dropped Takeda and Needham as well for good measure. A solid right hand that put Takeda on his seat, and Takeda is in trouble.
Oh, big knee again. Takeda hanging tough. This is what I talked about, him being durable, but Rabadanov is all over him right now.
Rabadanov treating Takeda like most of us treat the lyrics of Auld Lang Syne. He is just really taking the fight to Takeda, but the crowd here appreciating the Bushido spirit of Koji Takeda, the way of the warrior. John, he's managed to weather the early storm.
Yeah, but that section you saw with him being able to get in that clinch, that was great for him, but now that he is in this open space, he is still hurt, Morrow.
And yet he is standing after taking a solid right and delivers a good left hand of his own. So Takeda weathers the early storm and tries to bring the fight now to Rabadanov. So early fistic fireworks here on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, you can see right now, Takeda's got his legs back. You can see he is okay. But boy, he took some big shots and a couple of knees that landed clean.
And Rabadanov gets clipped with that left hand from Takeda, but Rabadanov very composed. Didn't overexert himself, John, when he had Takeda in trouble, but again, it speaks to the Bushido spirit of these Japanese fighters, and the reason that Nobuyuki Sakikibara, the CEO of Rizin Fighting Federation, he told Scott Coker, I don't just want any 5 fighters, I want the 5 best from Rizin against the 5 best from Bellator. Let's put it all on the line, and it's not just the fighters' reputations as Rabadanov unloads another solid right hand, but the branding power of the promotion's at stake, John.
Oh, absolutely. Look, bragging rights, everything, pride, it's all on the line right now. And you're taking a look at Takeda. He has taken some massive shots and is hanging tough in this fight. He is still in it. He is game, and there's so much into this for each fighter representing their promotions. That's what makes it so exciting.
On a night where many people pop bottles to ring in the new year, Rabadanov popping Takeda with some heavy thunder here in round number 1. And Rabadanov, represented by Khabib Nurmagomedov, the retired former UFC lightweight champion, undefeated, and is continuing his late father Abdulmanov's legacy as a terrific trainer. He's got a murderer's row, including the first Dagestani champion here in Bellator, newly minted lightweight champ Usman Nurmagomedov. Let's take a look at some of that hard-hitting action in the first frame.
And that was that right hand, man. It put Takeda in such trouble. He was stiff going down, but he woke up as he hit the ground and then survives that knee on the ground. Totally legal. Rabadanov going after him with big shots, but tough in his ability to hold on, stay close, keep himself safe. Koji Takeda did a fantastic job in surviving that assault.
Takeda's lost 3 fights, has been submitted by Bellator fighter Spike Carlyle via technical submission, but he's never been stopped. Rabadanov trying to do just that in the first 5 minutes as we head to round number 2. And again, it is the rules of the Rizin ring. And John, who did you award round number 1 to when you look at the criteria here in Japan of damage, aggression, and ring generalship?
Yeah, there's no doubt. Gadzhi Rabadanov, he is the man that wins that round, but you gotta just be so, and you talked about he's never been stopped. You have to be so just incredibly impressed with Takeda and what he took in that round.
He's never been knocked out. He has been finished via submission, but boy, again, showcasing the way of the warrior. And this crowd in Japan, usually very quiet, very focused. They were uncharacteristically loud after the display of both of these athletes. Not only their skills, but their wills, John, putting it all on the line early, going for the fight. And Rabadanov and Takeda now here in the corner, where Takeda is corralled in the corner and Rabadanov trying to change levels.
Well, Takeda was the one that initiated the grappling exchange. He went for that takedown. Rabadanov completely just stuffed it, but it's a good thing for Takeda to keep with that. You can't give it up. That is your strength. If you can work towards a takedown, you've got to keep working it.
Takeda able, well, they're going...
this is all based on that underhook.
Yep, and they're both battling for position along the ropes. You know, Takeda's nickname is Gorilla. He weighed 220 pounds when he was in junior high school. Hey, so far, Rabadanov and Gorilla delivering a thriller here in Saitama Super Arena. What a start.
And Rabadanov is cut over his left eye. There is now a cut. I don't know how it actually occurred. I didn't see when it happened, but he's got some blood there. And it's that left underhook. You see Takeda with that underhook. He keeps controlling the position based upon that hold.
Takeda was bullied as a child. His parents put him in wrestling at 6. That led to a career in mixed martial arts. And here, as we have mentioned, hanging tough against a guy who was looking for his 5th consecutive victory in Gadzhi Rabadanov. Takeda's won back-to-back fights since being submitted by Spike Carlyle, coming off a armbar submission win over Bellator alum Zach Zane back in October in the Rizin ring, where he recorded the first round armbar. And for Gadzhi Rabadanov, he's gone the distance in his last 2 fights. Victories over Bobby King and J.J. Wilson.
But when you're looking at what's happening right now, it's not that Rabadanov having problems, but he's allowing Takeda to actually get back in this fight. He should have continued to press. He should have been after Takeda in these situations, and he's kind of backed off. He's just looking for that big right hand still.
And that we've talked about it in the past. He's very content to just stick with the game plan, not exactly put the pedal to the metal, John, and is used to his pace, used to dictating fights on his terms, and Takeda now trying to disrupt his rhythm, and Takeda's had some success with the left hand from the southpaw position. Blood now, and there's a double jab by Takeda. 2 stiff jabs to the face of Rabadanov, and blood trickling down the side of Rabadanov's left eye.
Yeah, again, I'm not sure if it was a headbutt or a punch that started that cut, but you got to be impressed with what Takeda's doing. He wants to get the fight to the ground, but he is being in a stand-up battle, and he's staying with it.
And Rabadanov was just out of range, but they exchange shots upstairs. This contest has been fought strictly in the stand-up department as Rabadanov tries to lunge in with a lead left hook. Meanwhile, it's a left from Takeda. Coming up on the final minute of the second stanza here at the hallowed Saitama Super Arena, raising the curtain on this first of its kind co-promotion. Team Bellator versus Team Rizin. Takeda delivering a knee to Rabadanov as he was looking for the takedown.
Yeah, nice defense on that takedown, and then brings the knee up to, you want to try to take me down, you're going to pay.
Beautiful entry by Rabadanov. Well defended by Takeda. Wow!
Beautiful wizard to keep himself from being put on his back. Takeda grabbed that wizard down hard, was able to get back to his feet.
Beautiful left hand by Takeda, but immediately Rabadanov clinches him in the corner. So Koji Takeda giving Gadzhi Rabadanov all that he could expect. Nice escape by Takeda. The sweat now beginning to cover their bodies, a slather, and Takeda able to slip out of that attempt by Rabadanov to take back control as we close out round 2.
I'll tell you what, coming off of a first round where he was dominated, Koji Takeda came out firing and took control of the second round. He took some shots, but he delivered the better shots throughout this round, opened up a cut. It might have been that left hand that actually did it on Rabadanov, but overall, look at that beautiful wizard right there. Rabadanov was deep on that. Koji Takeda showing you his wrestling prowess. I have Takeda winning that round right now. In my opinion, we're 1 round apiece.
Work being done on the cut over the left eye of Rabadanov as Takeda rallies the crowd here, the partisan Japanese crowd, as Khabib Nurmagomedov sits there anticipating the final 5 minutes. So according to Big John McCarthy's unofficial scorecard, this opening bout could very well come down to what happens here in the third and final round. Rabadanov pairing the jab of Takeda, then going over the top with a 1-2. And there, the right hand lands on Takeda's nose. You know that Rabadanov would love to close the distance, crush that space, John, and try to, maybe based on what Takeda's been able to do in this fight, take it to the ground.
It wouldn't be a bad idea for him to actually put Takeda on his back. That's a good thing because he's got great base. Takeda's not that guy that off of his back is that submission specialist. He's better in the top position, better at delivering ground and pound. So here he goes to take him down right there.
But man,
nice
the
job
recovery by Takeda is incredible. His takedown defense is something to behold so far tonight as he's already looking for that Kimura grip.
Yeah, he's looking for that Kimura grip, but that was a beautiful job by Rabadanov and how he controlled that position and stayed with it. He's just got to work at bringing his arm out. He's almost got the back, Morrow.
Yes, he does. And when it comes to his 5 submission victories, 2 of them have come via rear naked choke. His last submission win was via rear naked choke, but that was in September 2016. And looking for position, but again, the scrambling, the rolling, the defensive ability of Takeda, bringing this crowd alive. And now Takeda with a beautiful reversal. reversal on Rabadanov.
Outstanding. You saw him roll through on that, creating a scramble. Rabadanov was unable, based upon that post. He ran into it. That stopped his progression.
And there's the knee to the head. Legal here in the Rizin ring on a grounded opponent, and Rabadanov back to a vertical base.
Both guys working incredibly hard right now. All of this grappling, there's a ton of energy going out.
And a ton of energy throughout the Saitama Super Arena as this passionate and very educated fan base. It's one of the biggest nights of the year in Japan. It's when people, it's a date night, John. You go out for a good dinner, you get dressed up, and then you go to the Saitama Super Arena to get treated to, well, instead of a rockin' New Year's Eve, well, we're already seeing a rock'em sock'em New Year's Eve start to this. Team Rizin versus Team Bellator, a beautiful sprawl by Takeda.
Good hips going back, but he's gonna have to shut Gadzhi down, try to come around on it. You see his arm.
Nice knee from Takeda.
That was a beautiful knee placement by Takeda. Didn't have a lot of power on it, but still, it got his attention.
Rabadanov feinting with the kick. Beautiful straight left by Takeda, but nicely timed by Rabadanov as he changed levels, looking for the takedown, but again stuffed by Takeda, and a nice slashing elbow across the face of Rabadanov. This is really anybody's fight right now, John.
Absolutely. You can take a look and say that Rabadanov had the beginning of this round, but here comes Takeda. He's trying to bring it back.
Well, as we approach the final 90 seconds of the first fight of the night, you could not have asked for much better in terms of how to get this co-promotion started. Both Rabadanov and Takeda showcasing their wares in every facet of the mixed martial arts. Striking, grappling, defense, and the scrambles, something to behold as Rabadanov looking for the back.
Great job with using that leg to control the position by Rabadanov.
Waistlock employed by Rabadanov. And now we're down to the final 60 seconds of the fight.
1 more minute left in the final round.
Right now, Takeda's working at the hands, trying to separate those hands. He just did it and then lost position on it.
Like you will hear throughout the night, it was Gadzhi Rabadanov's childhood dream to fight here on New Year's Eve in the land of the rising sun. And, well, he has been given a fight by Koji Takeda, and the grappling, John, the game of inches.
Both guys are almost a step ahead. That was a beautiful switch attempt, but that's what got Takeda out. He really needs to do something here. He's got to take this round over. Can't wait. Oh, big shot by
Rabadanov, who came right down with the right hand, and, well, both Rabadanov and Takeda, regardless of the result, have shown they deserve this opportunity tonight. What a fight, what a start to Team Rizin versus Team Bellator. Khabib Nurmagomedov. Hey, his body language there, you saw him kind of nod his head. I don't know if he's too sure who won this fight.
He knew that that was a close fight, and after the second round, he was not too sure of what direction it was going.
And even there, where we just saw him kind of nod the head to go, I don't know. What do you think, John, on your unofficial scorecard?
Unofficially, I have 2 rounds for Rabadanov, and I have 1 round for Takeda. It was a great fight, and you have to be so impressed with the heart that Takeda showed after that first round, Moro. That first round, he was rocked. He came back in the second, took that round, and made a fight of it into the third. Take a look at the positions here. Unbelievable scrambles. Look at that, rolls through, and that's where Rabadanov got in trouble based upon his legs when he wasn't able to roll all the way through. Nice knee on the ground by Takeda. Kick puts him down, but that shot right there was a clean, heavy shot, and you can see the impact on it. That was a very, very tough third round for both fighters.
Judge Minor, 青、ラバダノフ。ジャッジ松宮、 青ラバダノフザキ豊永青ラバダノフよって勝者ガジラバダノフ
Gadzhi Rabadanov, who turns 30 on January 7, earns a hard-fought victory to win his 5th consecutive fight against a double-tough Koji Takeda. It's Team Bellator 1, Team Rizin 0.